What we need is a good, like, John Cena theme. Dun, 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 dun. Can you see it? Never give up. Hey, y'all. Salutations, kindred spirits. Good morning. If you're in America, it's morning where I'm at, Saturday, 9 a.m. This is our new time slot moving forward onto the September month, although I do have quite a busy September month. Hey, y'all, what's up? Matthew, good to see you. GWT, you made it. How was Lyle and his large band? Fantastic. Full disclosure, Lyle was raspy. He's been on tour since June, and this man's in his 60s. He a little bit. But look, he's traveling with a 12-piece band, 3 backup singers, an amazing orchestra. It was a great experience. Joel, you're welcome. People getting things. We're going to open this deck to kick off this thing. I thought about making an agenda today, but I didn't make one. So we're going to start with a deck unboxing. I do have some crowd solicited topics. We're going to talk loosely about street performing and rope magic and flourishes. And I thought we could talk about the Matrix, but now that seems kind of boring to me. Oh, baby, Roger Waters. I never have seen any of that, the Floyds. It's open. But that's an experience I'd like to have before. Shanks wants to know if I tutorial. I do. I have them up there. Look for the tutorial playlist. There's a bunch of them. Of course, if you want the good stuff, you join my membership area. That's where we hide the goods. All right, there's the official unboxing of the Inspire deck. Of course, I just got it because it says never give up on the back, which, as a magician blossoming in his later years, I'm the living embodiment of that. Plus, I'm a wrestling fan. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to make a video with these. I'm going to put John Cena's face on some of these cards. It's the first time I've seen this deck, so you're seeing it as I see it. I got these as a birthday present to myself last week. Happy birthday, me! And yes, happy Saturday, Salzar. These look to be pretty standard faces. The court cards seem au naturel, standard bikes. And then this is about what I expected with this deck. The interesting thing I want to get to is let's see what they offer here at the end as far as accompaniments. Oh, you get a dupe. You get a dupe queen. And then le double barrière. Le double barrière. And this is the kind of quality entertainment you get with me, a fake French accent occasionally. Thank you, GB. And yeah, that's a value right there. That's a value. Pinky swear for you. That's a $15 download, and you join the membership for $5. Now, my understanding is that these cards are marked. I was hoping to learn how. It has something to do with the spokes on the wheels. Let's give it the riffle test, shall we? As we learn our first lesson today, when you're looking for marks on the back of on cards, you riffle through the backs. And if you see something move on the backs, well, then you can spot the marks. Can I get it on the camera? That's a new deck, so I'm worried I'm going to spew them everywhere. Let me just look at it myself. Let me give it the old peekaroo. So roger that. That spoke is moving. Can we focus one time up here? Can we see the spokes moving? New camera. It's on the list. I know I need a better one. This one's okay. This one's my iPhone. It's pretty good. We're going to get you a better camera. I'm going to get you better focus moving forward. All right, so we got these out of the way. Now we do the Pharaoh check. As I'm doing this, happy to take any, questions from the galley. Le Pharaoh. Oh, it's returned. Dividing the deck down the middle and then interweaving every card with every other card. Success. Now, if you do 8 of these things, and I'm not gonna, but if you do, this will return the deck to new deck order. Dividing the deck down the middle, interweaving every card with every other card. Ladies and gentlemen, at no charge, that has been your opening segment, the Inspire unboxing. Hey, y'all. Yeah, we need a new camera, but never give up. We'll get there. Okay, good source on some Morgan dollars. You know, I bought mine, and where are mine? I bought mine off eBay. So I just go to eBay, which is an online auction site. Tends to be the best place for, a fair market value. You can find coins with the dates that you need. You can also do this. Back in the day, I just used to go to the local coin shop and ask for their junk drawer. Ask for their junk drawer and go through their junk silver, but kind of depends on what you need. Kind of depends. Hey, y'all, let's see if I can do this with Morgans. I've been practicing with $half because I wanted to talk about the Matrix today. And then I've been using dollar coins so much recently. I'm going to put these up before I start bending stuff. So, yeah, what I was saying, I took these out to do Matrix with. But I've been not using $half. I've been not using $half. Is that a sentence? So anyway, we're just going to do these with the big coins, which, hey, if I can do these with the big coins, then you can probably do it with little coins. And when I was a young man, for me, this was quarters. You could do this with business cards. But Gary, I'm still using your decks. Thank you. We're just going to get a couple of these. Face hurt. Do I know the diverting card vanish? I tried that thing, which is the most obscure thing in the world, asking you to hide a card on your nail. And it hurts if you do it right. No, I don't. There's your answer. Finland, hello. All right, here we go. So 4 coins, and we'll put them in the square formation, which is symbolic of the square deal that you get with Paul Harris. It's not my line. It's the square deal. That's, if you do the math here, that's one, you got to cover them. 1 card for each coin. There's a lot of ways you could go about the follow-up here. In the old days, I just used the straightforward Al Schneider procedure. Later in life, I learned about Shigeo Takagi, and that's what we're doing today. The Takagi handling of the 4-card, 4-coin matrix as they travel to follow the leader, and that's the first one. I like the Takagi, Shigeo Takagi. If you're taking notes, I like the Takagi handling because the cards are used as more than just covers. They're kind of integral to the effect. And this is an effect that I have not done in many moons. So one of my goals of these Saturday sessions is to get some practice time in. There she blows. I like to have a spectator cover the last one up, but we'll just use the card. But if you were here, it'd be your hand, which is a nice hands-on moment. As the last coin, like a ghost through a castle wall. Like a ghost through a castle wall, vanishes to join his brothers. This is the Shigeo Takagi Convergence. And there's your opening magic effect for the morning. Woo! Now we're doing superfluous palming. So if you've never experimented with this trick, you probably want to do something like use an extra coin. And I'm going to give you guys, if you know nothing about Matrix, here's where you start. You get an extra coin and you hide it beneath the cards. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail here. You guys are going to go read some books, read the Schneider work. I want you to read the Amazing Miracles of Shigeo Takagi. There's lots of places you can learn a Matrix. Here's the move that you need to learn. When you lay the cards down, you put the extra coin under the card. This is the Dingle pickup, Dingle/Bertram pickup move. When you pick up the card, you push down with your finger, which will slightly lever up the coin underneath it and allow you to pinch that coin with the card. So it just looks like you pick up the card, but you're picking up the coin with it as you do that. If you can learn to do that with both hands, then what you can do is pick one up at one end. You can first show them where they're at, and then you can make them appear to jump from place to place, and then use the one behind to get one ahead as you show them where they were and then where they go. And man, I haven't done a matrix like this in so many moons. Oh, I forgot to pick up the extra one in so many moons. But yeah, you get the idea. That's where you start, right? Here's what I'm going to teach you today is a steal that I think is worth your attention. And I think it's worth your attention because I see a lot of people do steals like this. They come over here and they're like, you know, something's going on, right? Or sometimes people will pick them up and palm the coins into their hand and then put the coins back down. Well, here's an efficient way to not use an extra coin and get one ahead. And you'll do this by working on a soft surface and then using the back of your fingers to steal the coin as you lay a card atop it. So as I lay a card atop a coin, I'm going to use the back of my fingers to just drag the coin beneath it as the hand moves away. Now, when I do this, I'm in this situation with two cards in each hand. This allows me to use some misdirection as I move one hand before the other. The hand that moves first is the clean one, and then the dirty hand, which is at this end, is the one that does the steal. It's over here now, right? So now I can put that coin with the card and be one ahead. And now we're in that position where we can do our pickup moves and go magic. And this is more of an Al Schneider approach. Do our pickup, do it here, do the pickup move, and then do magic. And then do the pickup move, boom. And that's all four. That's Matrix in a nutshell. Matthew, I will tell you this, young man. If you put the time into this plot, it is many things, but it gets a great reaction. This is one of the tricks that if you just even learn the basic version, your audience is going to be happy to watch it. All right, so I was telling y'all about my goals of these Saturday sessions, and one of them is to take myself out of a comfort zone, practice some things that I haven't done in a long time. Can I do this with dollars? Let's find out. I'm going to try it with dollars. I'll likely mess this trick up, but as I was saying, if we don't try new things or if we don't go out of our comfort zone, then maybe we don't grow. And as I was saying, if I can do it with these coins, then you could do it with quarters. And I'm going to try it this way for you with the 4 coins and traditional matrix style. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Let's do it this way. I'm going to just use 2. So I won't even use these extra ones. Now the odds are a little more even as we have 2 cards, 4 coins. Now we'll have to go au naturel. And I'll do this right before your eyes. It doesn't work behind your eyes, but hey, that's the first one. Did you see it go? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. You were probably ready, but here, heat's on for coin number 2. Watch as it joins its brothers. And it's already there. Now, you know what's coming up, right? 2 have gone. 1 will travel. Let's see. Hands off. And yeah, like a ghost through a castle wall, that coin journeys. But hey, that's not the hard part of this trick. The hard part of this trick is to get the coins to go right back where they started. That's the 4 coin 2 card seesaw assembly. And hey, that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really thought that we had to call some audibles in the middle of that handling. What we got there? I guarantee you this is not a trick you're going to see anyone do. I don't think it's a good one in this modern age. I think that there are probably better versions of the reverse assembly. I don't know that anyone is doing it with just 2 cards in a modern era. I'm going to talk through this briefly, and you can put the pieces together maybe, but here's what you want to do. I mentioned this book a lot. There's a reason why. Richard Kaufman's Coin Magic. Richard Kaufman's Coin Magic. There's about 20 assemblies in there, including all of Ed Marlowe's coin assemblies. Thank y'all for the kind reception to you. I'm just a trickster, sir. Jimmy, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Thanks, GB. Oh my, that's Jackie Hughes thing. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Jordan. Thank you, and good to see you. Chromatic, thanks, guys. All right, very briefly, because this is not all about the session, about the teaching, as it is kind of just practicing. And yes, hey, Cosmic, you made it. Good. You were here earlier. I am that. So here I do the steal. Okay, I forgot where I was. I had to steal the top one. So I'm going to go to the bottom, steal the top one as I lay out the matrix. In the day, I would do this following the 4 card, and then the situation would be, hey, let me make this easier to follow. And you guys can see where I'm going into the bare-handed matrix after this. I'm not doing that, but that's what I used to do. So the first vanish, it could be any vanish. This is the John Carney slow motion vanish, which is in the Magic of Micah Marr. John Carney slow motion vanish. I've got that coin here. As I lift it up, I'm going to drop this coin to my fingertips, pivot the card above it in this display, and then I'm going to scoop the 2 coins up and put my thumb atop one of them. Okay? As I turn down, I let my finger release the coin that was on the back. This cleanly shows 2 coins, and I'm holding this one here. So this is a nice way to show 2 coins. You have one hidden underneath by scooping them up, and then boom, we get back to where we're 1 ahead again when we bang. Now, second vanish is the spider vanish, which is an Ed Marlowe procedure. This is Mike Skinner's approach to it. He goes directly into a classic palm. I think Ed Marlowe goes into a thumb style palm, which works too. The idea is to garner suspicion, right? You want people to think that you keep it over here. So after the coin is vanished, but it's just being palmed, suspicion goes here. Then you show this hand empty and you show as is here. To complete the sequence, we scoop all 3. So we're using that scooping motion, maintains consistency into the hand. And as I display these coins, I'm going to position 1 into a classic palm position. And as I apparently put all 3 under the card, I'm going to retain that coin in classic palm, and only 2 go beneath the card, which means I'm here now with 1 each in classic. We having fun yet? Whee! All that's left is to convey the vanish. Now there's nothing under there, right? Because we stole it at the beginning. But there's about to be, after you convey the vanish, and I do a little brush here. Beware your angles. Of course, you don't want to flash. If I flash, pardon moi. It's been a while. As this is happening, I'm loading this coin under this card by dropping it to fingertip rest. It goes beneath the coin, and now I set it back here. So now we're here with 1 coin palm, 2 here, 1 here. And this is where we get our flash reverse matrix. I do like to expose more than 1 coin before this happens. That way the audience has a visual of multiples. Cover it up, do the pickup move. And as we do so, we're going to drop the classic palm coin at the inner left corner. Boom. Where are they? Now you lift this hand, come to pick up this card, pick that up as you drop this coin at the back, pick that up. And that is, if I didn't say it before, I hope the credit's right, David Arthur's seesaw assembly. Man, now I'm tired. Okay, that was a lot. Any questions on that? That's typically a tagline on my short form videos. But hey, if you have any, let me know. And if not, what I'm going to do is kind of segue into some of the questions I got from my community tab before the stream. If you're not a subscriber, you might consider it. You follow the community tab. I post when these live events happen. I solicit questions. And if there's something I can help you with, I will when you ask. Let me read this, Marty, as I take a sip of coffee. I suggest everyone do the same. It's time to fuel up. Manly matrix. Man. No, I haven't. I haven't studied the manly matrix. I've studied a lot of them. I'm wondering where that was published. Can you give me a reference on that published resource? I would be interested in. I'm guessing it was on Fooler Doolers, his DVD set, which I have not seen every one of them. But I'll tell you, Daryl had a penchant for choosing the best methods, the most practical. So, how do I make the least sound with coins? It's a soft touch. It's practice. It really depends on what you want to do. If you're trying to get it into classic palm, what you want to do is come back to the thumb base when you're palming, bring it all the way back, and then kind of rub it into its brother. So you're going to bring it back and slide it in. That's a deep subject. I don't know I can cover briefly here. So Thomas, you need the brain. What you're going to do, take the yellow brick road, follow it till you see the flying monkeys, and then you know you're on the right path. Look, Chromatic, there's no bad time for coffee. You can start now. Ah, yes. Cosmic wants expert at the card table. Here's the thing about this book. You have to read it about 100 times. And everyone that reads it gets a little something different. Let me say this too. I rarely advocate this book to anyone, but I think it's a good read. What do I think you need to learn from that book? Yeah, maybe I'm not the guy to talk about expert. Tell you what I really liked about studying the expert at the card table was Darwin Ortiz's annotated version. And if you get a chance to read that, maybe that'll be a happy spot for you. That's how you got your courage. You're halfway there. Dennis Bear is a credit to the art, and his crediting sites are great. He's a good magician too. Do I have a tip on the clink pass? Here's the thing. When we ask questions like this, here's the thing. It depends. What's the trick? What comes before it? What comes after it? Which clink pass are we using? So we need a little more context. Always think in context. Like if you only learn one clink pass, if you only learn to do this, now we're limited to tricks that are in a closed fist. But if you learn like this Himber style clink pass, which Jay, I don't do it well, but it gives options, so there's other talking about things I don't do. I want to answer your questions, Matthew, but it depends is the answer really. Yeah, you're right, Jay. That's a better card book for sure. Card College is the best one. Yeah, you know what was in there? The one that everyone does, but no one knows maybe it's in there is the Houdini transformation. This thing here where you change the card into another Joker. We'll change it from face down to face up. So this is the move that's in the expert at the card table that if you're not doing, you should be doing. The real lessons are in between the tricks. Oh, good. You're in the right ballpark, Cosmic. So you make it small. Walmart's calling me. Must be time for my car insurance. Look, Shanks, I'm gonna make you a break here and show you what mine looks like. Okay. So maybe I do this. Like I'm having a spectator put their card back. So there's their card. I dribble and just offer them to replace it. Do I have a blue one? Here, we'll just use the blue one. So I just say, here, drop it in. When they drop their card in, I start dropping back. So I don't go forward, I drop back. And this is going to provide a little step right here, which as I square the deck, I'm going to get my little finger break. Now, look at what I'm working with here, buddy. That's a big one. I'd say that's exaggerated for clarity, right? It's not having a hard time getting the angle on this. So there we go. Try and get something that's about that big. And if you do, all you have to do now is kind of point that corner towards your torso. And now there's not going to be anything for your spectator to see. You can get really fancy with these techniques. Let me see if we can focus again. Come on, camera. So you can close that up by applying pressure, right? Just maintaining just the smallest amount of flesh in there. Most people try and jam their finger in there, do something like that. They see this picture in a book, but that is not a pinky break. This is not a pinky break. This is a canyon. It's this. It's tiny. It's tiny. Tiny. Make it small. That's how. Yeah. Testify. Card College. Art of Astonishment. Oh. European Coin Magic Symposium Volume 4. Woo. I've grown today. Thank you, Marty. Man, I got to go down that route. The European Coin Magic Symposium. I didn't even know that was a thing. Free will. I know a trick by the name of free will, but I think it was Stephen Hobbs published it in Labyrinth magazine. All right, let me go to a couple things over here. So what do I have notes on? Rope magic, street performing. David O asked about flourishes. Hey, David O, I'm going to give you this to work on. All right. We've been talking about Daryl, and David O asked about a flourish. So this is Daryl's hot shot cut. I'm going to show you my work on this, and I've done a couple things with this. I'll often do it multiple times to get a triple, right? So that's one hot shot cut atop of another. This allows you to do a triple one-handed in the hands cut flourish, and you can continue this to do the production where you shoot the card out of the deck. Here's what I added to this, but I don't have a finish for it. So this is a 4-packet in the hands cut, and maybe some of the flourishers can advance this. So we start with the standard hot shot cut, but do not complete it. It stays. Hold on a second. Can I do this while talking? Yes, do not complete it. Start with the standard hot shot cut, but do not complete it. Now we're going to come over and straddle between the pinky and the third finger and form a block there. So it's between the pinky and the third finger. So hot shot cut, don't complete it, and then straddle the lion's share. You'll have your thumb and second finger controlling this as it swivels between the third and little finger. And now we can do another hot shot off this top packet in this fashion. And let me just roll through that again without describing it. 1, 2, and another hot shot cut off this packet is 3, 4. Okay. 4 packets, one hand. Yeah, it needs work, but remember, we're not showcasing finely rehearsed pieces today. We're practicing, and I wanted to give someone something to work on. So here it is. 1, 2, 3. There it is. 4. That's a little better. And then I don't have a finish for this. So I just stay this way and say good night. I wave myself off the. All right. Maybe that wasn't the best topic. Tigger, great question. Let me address this. So I haven't talked about this. We've had a great summer doing lives every Wednesday at 4 o'clock. I made a commitment. I've stuck to it. We have one more Wednesday, and I'm going to do a nice show for you guys is my plan this Wednesday. It'll be all magic, 30 minutes, full-on magic show. I'm not kidding around this time. So we're going out with a bang. Moving towards September, on the Saturdays I have free, I'll be here at 9 in the morning as I move into a more early schedule. Street performing is coming back. Fall is here. And we're moving our schedules. Now, that said, I've got a busy September. I've got some lectures booked. I've got a convention. So I'll probably only be able to do this once or twice, maybe 3 times. But yeah, I think a 9 a.m. practice jam is, maybe helpful to some people. I know a lot of my international viewers have not been able to tune in to some of my later events. So that's another reason we're doing this early. And yeah, that's the name of that tune. But hey, seriously, if you finish that, if you work out a 4-cut finish, you get a bonus point, and you can save those up for prizes in the Koopy Doll round. So finish that flourish cut. Send me a video, and you'll have a soft spot in my heart and a bonus point. Request for street performing. I always get these. People want me to tell them how to be a street performer. Another topic that I could spend 8 hours talking about, and you still wouldn't know what you need to know. Goldberg is here's how you become a street performer. You just go out there, and then it's going to suck. And then you go back, it's going to suck. And you go back, it's going to suck. That's it. Good luck. Show's over. So somewhere along the way, it stops sucking and becomes the best thing you could ever do with magic. The most important thing is this. Here's your lesson. Here's the most important thing. Confidence. Especially in street performing. Any performing confidence is certainly a plus. But if you go out to street perform and expect people to stop what they're doing and give you attention in the wild, if you're not confident out there, they will eat you alive. So, how do we get confident? Well, we practice our material. We know our sleights like we breathe, and we rehearse our material. So it's like breathing. And then we dress rehearse our material so that nothing weird happens when we're out there. We know where the things are in our pocket management, and we're confident about the basic things. Because when you're street performing, there's 8,000 things that can go wrong, and they will. And you don't want magic tricks going wrong to be one of your worries. So just get a good act. You need a beginning, a middle, and end. Practice it, rehearse it, and dress rehearse it. And then go suck a little bit. You're going to suck no matter what, but eventually you won't. And that's how you become a good street performer. You're welcome. Yep. That's an interesting. Okay, trying not to divert. Okay, one more. I wanted us to be at a loose half hour. We're over that now. Hey, Shanks, I've done a video on this topic. I'm going to tell you to go search YouTube Shorts for my How to Pharaoh Shuffle video. Then you get a better tutorial, and I get some extra views. Thank you. And don't forget to like the videos. Did y'all like this one? Please do. The algorithm likes it when you like things. Tigger wants to know if I've ever done street magic in an area where you don't speak the language. Yes, I did in Arkansas. I had to talk like this to make things work, right? I'm making words up. No, I have not. I have not traveled internationally. My understanding is that it's a non-issue. Most of the places you would work. Hey, Craig, good to see you. Thanks for laughing. Most of the places that a performer would work are English speaking. And if they're not, don't go there. So let's continue talking about Daryl, as one of my students wanted to know more about rope magic, said that he had looked at my tutorials on the Professor's Nightmare. Thanks for watching that. And then I also have a tutorial on the cut and restored rope. Hey, Sticky, I hope you found the one with the scissors. I sent you the link. It's at conjure.com. Do I have that still? I have videos there that I don't post on YouTube, some unlisted stuff. Cut and restored rope with the scissors is one of them. But let's talk about this. As we continue to talk about Daryl. We'll also talk about George Sands. Because once you've learned the basics of doing the Professor's Nightmare or even the cut and restored rope, the area that you want to put some attention into is the work of George Sands, which he titled Sensational Rope Routine, or the Rope-sational Rope. He had the idea of using your fingers as scissors to cut the rope. Hey, it worked. It's the first time it ever worked. Thank you, Jimmy Talks a Lot. I always like stealing Jimmy Talks a Lot lines because he stole so many of mine. That's going to be. This is easier to follow if they're about the same size. So I'm going to use the second method here. So that's a George Sands moment, okay? And for this moment, all that you need is two pieces of ropes. Now, I'm not going to suggest you study George Sands. I'm going to suggest you study Daryl. We're talking about Daryl again. Go figure. Here's where I hide the ends in the middle of the third quadrant. So that's the third end. That's the third end. I keep end number 4 in the bottom of the 8th parsec, which is over. Math is hard. That's the 4th end. Is there any questions? This is actually the moment where I use that line in my act. It's at this point I say, are there any questions? So that's where I really use that line. If you double the big loop at the bottom, it looks like 2. It looks like 2 ropes. Ooh. Looks like 2 ropes. Does it look like 2? This is a good place to be. This way, when they go back to 1, it looks more like a trick. But as I was saying, all you need is a little short piece and 1 long piece. When you're done with this short piece, you want to take it off the rope and hide it. So just take it off there. You want to get rid of the extra ends so that no one can catch you out. Of course, that'll leave you with rope with no ends, but if you have magic scissors, that's cool. You can make new ends. That'll bring the trick back to the beginning, which is actually the end. It's also a good applause cue. That's the Siegfried. That's the Roy. That feels like a big finish for this exhibition. Couple more credits on that, as Goldbug mentions here. Daryl has a 3-volume series. This is where we go to school and where you ask me a question I can't answer in 2 minutes or 5 minutes. But Daryl can answer these questions in about 4.5 hours. And it's over 3 DVD sets. It's called Expert Rope Magic Made Easy. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all. Thank you. Thank you, all 5 of you. When I learned Daryl's rope magic, it was on a poster It's like 100 pictures, no video, just pictures. And then I had a textbook. So I would look at the picture and I would look at the text, and I wanted that information bad enough to learn it that way. Shanks, come on, man. Listen, I told you, go find the short. Sheesh. All right, guys. If you have anything except the Pharaoh Shuffle that you want me to talk about, I'm going to leave this forum open for just a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to go get creative this Saturday. We have a John Cena card trick to make up. Dun, 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 dun. Dun. This is not, I have a feeling this is going to go bad, but I'm going to try. Some days I just have fun, and usually those efforts fall flat as far as commercial success goes. Salute to those. Okay, Matthew, you got it. Only because it's you, though. Let me get the mic down on this. Here's the thing with this microphone. I have what they call noise suppression set up. So I don't know if you can hear the clinks well enough. I'm going to bring it down here a little bit. Okay. So this is the clink pass that I use in my 3-coin routine. Let me get this off of here. I pick up the first one, and as I apparently put it in the hand, I get it into classic palm position. Let me just show you what this looks and sounds like, first of all. Sometimes I do it this way. There's 1, 2 coins, but only 1. Let's get this out of the way. 2 coins. There's 1, 2 coins. You can get a little more space in this. Let's do it a little higher. All right. So there's 1, 2 coins. So this is the move that Matthew is asking about. And the first one, what I do is I pick up the coin, and it just goes from fingertip rest right into classic palm for me as I apparently place the coin into the hand. So for me, this is a very direct procedure. It just goes right into classic palm. It's here. If you have trouble getting it there that quickly, well, then pick this coin up, move it into a classic palm position as you display the coin. And then as you turn the hand over, just keep it in classic palm. This is a simple vanish as described in Bobo's Coin Magic. So those are the options. Get it in classic palm, do that, or put it in classic palm right off the table. That's what I do. Now the clink happens here. After you pick this coin up, you have this one classic palmed. We're going to drop the classic palm coin off the fingertip coin. That's what makes the clink. So it's coming off my classic and then onto the finger palm coin. So false placement, drop it. And then this coin, which is now here, goes into classic palm as this hand closes, or ideally as we go for another object. So many details we could talk about here. So that's 1, that's 2. And again, it's just dropping right off that. What I was mentioning before is that what you don't want to do is right after the clink pass, don't just go jamming this into classic palm without any kind of misdirection. People will see the muscle movement, especially if your thumb's moving. Don't move your thumb. You know, have a reason to go for, like, say, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So in this case, I'm palming it as I move for the 3rd coin. So beware of that. Okay, I'm getting affirmation now. It makes more sense. Great. I'm moving onward. These are real silver. These replicas, which are good, I got off, did I get these from Amazon? I'll tell you, the company you want to look for is Bluther. Bluether. In my experience, they make the best shells, and they have a package that includes 2 shells. Sometimes the replica shells are inferior and having an extra one is nice. Yeah, but for 30 bucks or 40, whatever they cost these days, boy, replicas are a good way to get into some of the shell work too. All right. Asked and answered. Shank just wants to keep me here all day. He wants everything. Yes, Tigger, that's correct. That is correct. So yeah, this is, and I'm looking, this is another reason I'm here. Steven, I didn't even know it was you. Is this Steven Gervais? Is that who this is? So, Lucas, I'll do this and then I'll sign off quickly for you. I'll show you what that looks like. I figured this. A lot of the guys out there trying to learn don't have the resources that I had when I was a young man, like going to the magic shop on a Saturday morning, where guys like me would be sitting around the table teaching the young minds that need this information. So where do the young minds get it now? They come to YouTube, but do they have someone that's been around teaching them things? Well, they do now. Here I am. Jesse, I got this pad yesterday. Let me tell you this. Very happy with this pad. Magical Surfaces by Patrick. Patrick Przecki. I testify about this guy all the time. He makes the best pads in the business. I use his specifically for the surface on the back, which, by the way, Shank, flush brush is my favorite sleight of hand card trick. And without Peter's mats, I'm maybe not doing it as often. And yeah, this lavender is a good choice. Like if I have a dark pad, dark things don't show up well on it. So I need something that's a little neutral, but I wanted something magical. So purple is good. Thank you for noticing. Patrick, they like it. What do they say in Jurassic Park? Nature finds a way. I have a firm belief, and I don't believe in firm things too much, that magic and life, we find our roles. And I think you are a chosen one, Samuel. I feel the same way about what I'm doing today. I hope you guys feel similar about my efforts. And with these words, hey, I got to do the one coin flurry, and then I'll sign off. So yeah, I use this one. Here's how I do the one coin flurry. See you, Shanks. You roll them up. You roll them up. When you buy from Patrick, he gives you good direction on how to handle his pads. So I have a spectator choose a coin. I say, which coin would you like to use? Number 2. Okay, here's what we do, folks. We warm it up with a little numismatic legerdemain. This makes heat, makes the heat, which makes the coin softer because it's a silver metal. It softens. We're almost there now. If you can warm up the metal, you can then squeeze it until it's completely naked to the invisible eye, which is a small joke rarely laughed at. Reversing the friction brings the coin back. You just reverse the friction. That looks something like this. From there, you keep it warm. You can keep it working. And this is best with the spectator, but you give them the coin. It goes right up your sleeve. So up here, up the sleeve. Sometimes it goes down the sleeve. That's a little too far. Hold on. I got it. And then sometimes it goes up your sleeve. And it's at this point, I vanish it into a spectator's jacket. And the coin appears back where it started on the table. And that is how I do the one coin focus. You still need to work on that. That's how I do the one coin flurry. And that's going to complete our exhibition from today. Hey, John, and thank you. Greg. Okay, man. Well, it rings a bell now. You are in the memory banks. I've seen you on the chats, on the forums. Good to see you live, and thanks for hanging out. And good to know that Matthew Mosley is a piece of the puzzle here. Cosmics. Okay. Yes, you are correct. Well, Biggin, we've had an epic Saturday magic session. Tricks were done. Secrets were exposed. Philosophy was delivered. Coffee was consumed. Jesus, almost been an hour. I'm done. You guys go enjoy your Saturday. Thanks for getting mine off to a good start. I'll be back Wednesday, 4 o'clock. It's the last one at 4. We're going to do a magic show. I'll see you then.